What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Nintendo 64 Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack controller. That was a nice one. If you saw my previous video discussing the Nintendo 64 controllers for Nintendo Switch Online, you'll know that there's several button mapping issues, but hopefully that will all be resolved with this bad boy. Here is the Nintendo 64 Switch controller. This went on sale at a random time that I just happened to follow a page that saw it, or listed it that was live. And then I believe it went online earlier this week when the service went live as well. And here it is. First of all, love the packaging. There's a weird pull-up thing over here, and there's just a USB cable and Nintendo 64 controller. That's it. Bunch of recycling. Let's recycle those. Kobe. Alright, so right here we have the classic gray controller that you're probably familiar with. This portion of the video I wanted to re-record for two reasons. One, I did a lot of food prep yesterday and I cut my hands and my nails were stained, so I just cleaned them all up because I absolutely think it's disgusting when YouTubers are like, hey, check out this unboxing, and they got dirty nails. The other thing is, you're gonna see shortly in the video me discovering this, but there's something that needs to be talked about with this bad boy. So the weight distribution, the original N64 controller is notoriously very light. There's nothing in it, just small motherboard and then the ability to adapt things on the back. This has essentially the same size of what would be the memory card back here, but it's much heavier. In fact, the weight distribution, they probably have the batteries inside of the three pieces down here. There's no vibration in the bottom at all. There's no vibration here. The vibration only comes from here, and while I don't own one, I'm pretty sure if I were to have an original N64 controller with a rumble pack on the back, they would have that same weight. So this feels heavy over here. And one of the problems with the original N64 controller, when you had the rumble pack on, it would feel so heavy at the top, it would want to lean forward. But with the batteries in the bottom, I'm assuming either batteries or weights, one of the two, it feels very well balanced, and that wasn't expected. This thing is significantly heavier than the Joy-Cons. I would put this pretty much on par with the weight of the Pro Controller. Pretty much the exact same weight. I wouldn't say any lighter or any less weight, but yeah, this thing has some beef to it. And the fact that they were able to emulate the feel of having the rumble pack on the back of this and having that weight there and having the vibration come from the top, it feels so good. But you also have the weight at the bottom, so you're now not leaning forward with the controller as much. And I really do like that. I remember when I was a kid, 8 years old, playing the N64, I often didn't use the rumble pack just because it added so much weight to the controller, but I really like this. Honestly, Nintendo's marketing department really dropped the ball. If they had a Treehouse event where they discussed this sort of thing, then I think that would have been cool. Like, they would have definitely talked about that. But the simple fact that it was just an image and a price, they didn't really talk about it at all, but that is a huge feature that feels so nice. I mean, listen, they're charging you $50 for a controller. You think they're not gonna make it really nice? I don't know what they're doing with the Sega controller to make that worth $50. I'm not buying that. Okay, let's see Austin discovering the thing I just talked about greatly. Okay, so now let's go ahead, go into controllers, change grip and order. I assume that this is going to pair instantly and have no issues whatsoever. Oh, that vibration though. Okay, so the vibration is definitely coming from here and only here, because when I was holding it like this and it paired, the top of it like jiggled back and forth. Can we get that again? All right, so I'm just gonna hold it from the bottom, somewhat weakly, right? We're gonna hit the sync button. We're gonna hold it down for a second here. Yeah, that's a lot of rumble. That's a lot of rumble. Okay, I like that. On the screen, it shows up as an N64 controller. And you're gonna notice that there's a N64 controller next to my character icon at the top. I'm just gonna move this over a little bit so I can see what's going on a little bit cleaner. Yep, we have those 8 directional points there. A works like A. The A button feels really nice. It does have a little bit of travel before the actuation point. We still have like that snap back off feel. B feels good. C left, C down, C right, C up, R, Z. Okay, this is by far the definitive way to play these games. L will show and hide the map. ZR is our suspension point and everything, and you're never gonna really hit that during the game. We have the screenshot. Okay, this is a nice controller. Hang on, I wanna jump off of a surface and I wanna feel that vibration, because that's some strong rumble. The guy just shows me an N64 controller and I kinda love that. Actually, real quick, is there anything in the system settings under controllers for this? Test input devices, controller buttons. A, B. Oh, it shows that it's being mapped to a D-pad direction. So both D down and C down both show up as D-pads. Okay, and this does show up as ZL. All right, I was wondering how they were gonna do that. So I guess it just shows up as like a secondary D-pad, which makes me think that third-party manufacturers would be able to, maybe there's like a secret hidden metric of that second D-pad that they can then program buttons to. You know what I mean? So let's go and get that. Oh, it rumbles so much. Okay, I can't wait to go get the Stone of Agony now. I forgot how much travel was on this joystick to actually like be able to like reach around fully. Oh, wait, how's the... Yep, the top is still as plasticky as ever. There's no like rubber coating on it or anything, so be careful when Mario Party 1 comes out, that's for sure. Yeah, if you were a big fan of the N64 games, this is definitely the premium way to experience it currently. Unfortunately, as soon as it went live, it was sold out, so I don't know when they're going to be restocking it on Nintendo's website. Like, I bought the Super Nintendo one like a month ago, so this may be something they plan to offer for quite a while. They especially didn't say it was a limited time thing or anything, so if this is something you want to get, eventually you can. It might be a while, like a PlayStation 5, but you can. Also, now knowing that it maps to a D-pad, I would be really interested if a manufacturer was able to get their hands on one of these, open it up with a whole bunch of tri-wing screws back there, find out how it's exactly mapped, and be able to map their own one. Probably come in under $50, but that rumble, that's a quality rumble, man. It feels like there's an appropriate amount of weight that would have the rumble pack sticking out of the back rumbling. The fact that they emulated that with essentially what would just be the memory card size, that's impressive. That's impressive. Guys, if you were lucky enough to get your hands on one of these, do me a favor, leave a comment down below. And if this is something you would ever pick up, or you're just happy playing in handheld, because, I mean, let's be honest. Part of the real joy and wonder of this isn't so much being able to play Ocarina of Time, which we always could have at home, but playing in handheld mode, that's the premium experience, man. This is good. This makes me happy. This brings me joy. I'm wrapping up this video, and honestly, this is pretty much near the end of the NSO 64 coverage. I don't know if I'm going to be covering the new games that come out or anything else like that. If there's any big developments as far as the controllers, I might cover that, but yeah, pretty much done. If there's anything else you want to see as far as N64 Expansion Pass Online, leave a comment down below. I'm not planning on covering the Sega stuff or buying the Sega controller. Great. Till next time, Austin John out.